Chap Tales. Don't you wanna hear some Chap Tales? Hello people, and welcome to another Chap Tale, baby. You're right, peeps? You're good, yeah? Nice. Okay, I was thinking about some more stories to tell yous. Yeah, and I thought about this one time. Funny. Well, basically it was me and Ian guessed a lot, as usual, as you've heard quite a lot, when we was like 11 years old, something like that. Yeah, again, we're plotting about, trying to find things to do, you know what I mean, little gang of us, about 10 of us, something like that. And I think we was like near the front of, well, the Highgate Road end of Ingester, and we thought we'd just have a walk down Kentish Town, see what's going down. So we went down to Highgate Road from Little Green Street, if you've heard that tune, top song. And then we chucked a left onto Highgate Road. We were just walking down the road, like passing the Vine. And then we get to the Kentish Camel, so we all decide to have a climb on the old Kentish Camel, and so we're all mucking about like where the Kentish Camel is, at the bottom of Lady Somerset Road, and then we're just like, as usual, looking about, and anyway, a car sort of pulled up in Lady Somerset Road, like right near Highgate Road. A couple of fellas jumped out and the car drove off, but these fellas had gone to the back of the car and they'd got like 3 boxes, like, I don't know, alright, I used to work for UPS, the delivery company, so they was 25 kilogram boxes, if that means anything to anyone, right? So they had about 3 each. They didn't look too heavy because, well, unless these geezers were proper strong guns. Anyway, so we're just sort of like me, Dean, Barney, Kieran, Ben, and whoever else. But so we're standing there on this corner where this Kentish Camel is. His name's Sammy, I think. Anyway, so we're standing there and we sort of move out of the way a bit because these fellas are coming down the road like, they're, do you know what I mean, proper men, you know what I mean, like they got to be in their late 20s or whatever. So anyway, we're all looking at them and there was just suspicion arousing. You know what I mean? Like, as they passed us, you could just feel suspicion. There was something going down, and we was going to be in on it. So, I think it was probably a Sunday, and the road was like Highgate Road, which can get quite busy now and again. It was quite nobody about. So, these 2 fellas just flown across the road. They started walking like up towards where the Southampton pub is, if you know that. Anyway, they get to like across the road from the Vine, and here there used to be a shop called Skate Attack where we all used to get our hockey stuff, because that's such a big sport. I suppose it was because Skate Attack was there, that's why hockey was such a big thing to all of us lot. But anyway, just before Skate Attack, there's like this derelict building that we used to call the Ornament. Don't know why, just did. And it was also known as the Burnt Down Ass, because it was that, but it was a big massive ass that had been burnt down, well, not down, but burnt up, burnt around, whatever. All the rooms, everything, it was just burnt out inside, whatever. And occasionally we would go in there and, do you know what I mean, use it as sort of like a campatty camp. But anyway, these 2 fellas, like, they've had a bit of a look round, and then they've decided to throw these boxes over the wall into this ornament place. Like, we're thinking, what are they doing? And then they've both jumped up over the wall themselves, and they've like gone into the ornament. And we're standing there looking at each other, and like me and Kieran looking at each other, and Barney and Dean and Ben and all the rest of the scallywags. Yeah, so we're all standing there and like we're like saying, what are they doing? And then we was like, alright, hang about, let's just see what happens first. So we're standing we've moved up to about where the vine is now, so we're standing outside the vine, and about 20 minutes, something like that, because we can sort of see them through the windows of some of the rooms moving about inside the ornament. So then we're standing there, and then they've jumped back over the wall, like, and they've crossed the road, and we're sort of like, all right lads, yes, where are we going to play football? And anyway, so these two fellas have like walked up Lady Somerset Road, so we've gone back down to where old Sam, the Kentish camel, was. He said, "Oi, Sammy, keep an eye on him for us, mate." So yeah, they've just well gone up Lady Somerset Road. Do you know what I mean? They're like where Burley Road is. Do you know what I mean? They're flying up the road. So obviously, the minute they're out of sight, everyone's like, right, let's get in there. So we've all gone round, because it was a bit blatant for 10 kids to get over this wall in Highgate Road, do you know what I mean? So the back of the house used to like back onto Carroll Close. So we've gone round like near where Jamie Nicholas used to live. Not that means anything, so I don't know why I said that. And we've climbed over the back wall, and we've gone into the back entrance of the house. So we're plotting about, looking around everywhere, seeing what's happening. Anyway, when we get up to the top floor, we walk into this room, and boom, there are these 6 boxes just sitting there against the wall, like that. And we're looking at each other like, what is going on? So obviously we've run straight over to the boxes, and we started to open them, but then, I don't know, everyone's always like making each other scared and that, saying, oh, someone's downstairs or whatever. So we basically, 6 of us just all grabbed 1 box each, and we've gone down, stick down, like, we've gone out the back again, we threw the boxes over, and we climbed back out of the ornament, picked up the boxes, we walked up to where the front, like, there's a little entrance area to go down into Carroll Close, but we didn't come out like at where we came in. We came out there because it was a bit up the road, out the way. So anyway, we've crossed over the road and run into Ingestar, like up Little Green Street, and don't know where we went. Do you know what I mean? The amount of camps and hideouts and all that we had around the flats, there was just everywhere. So I don't know, I can't remember what one it was, but we went there anyway. So we're all standing there. I think it was 10, it could have been 8, it could have been 7. But anyway, so we're there, like, and we're just all opening these boxes. We open them up, yeah. Do you know what they're full of? Brand new Christmas decorations. I'm not even joking, like all ones in like flat pack things with see-through. You can see like all these, just all sorts of stuff, crackers, everything, boxes of crackers. It was just nuts. It was just all 6 boxes of Christmas stuff, yeah. So we're all looking at each other thinking, what's going on? And then I can't remember who it was, but someone's just said, let's sell this stuff. We was like, where are we going to sell it? And he was like, come on. Went down to like the front of the estate where Ingestar Road meets College Lane and Little Green Street. And someone said, come with me. And not to me, I was like there with Kieran and Barney or whatever, and Dean went off with Ben and someone else or whatever. And they've come back, and they're 2 paint tables, you know, like you used to open them up. They was in like a wooden box, and you'd open them up and the legs would drop down. Anyway, we had 2 of them, so boom, we put them out like tables, put the 6 boxes behind the tables with us, and then we started putting things on the tables, like, so we're right where College Lane is, Little Green Street, you know what I mean, not far from Highgate Road, got Ingestar Road. People's always using it as a walkthrough from Tufnell Park. So anyway, we're there, boom. And then I remember a guy, another one of our friends, he weren't there that day, his name's Anthony. His mum walked in, and she's like, oh, all right, kids, what's happening? And we were like, oh, look, we've got some decorations for sale. And she's like, oh, really? And she's like, oh, I'll have a look. So she actually bought some, went off, and then the word started getting out to Ingestar people that the kids were down the front of the estate selling bits and bobs. So yeah, so we just we just kept selling and selling. People coming up from Highgate Road, because like a couple of us were going down there saying, "No, there's Christmas decorations for sale up here, yeah," and at College Lane, and anyone going into the Railway Club, you know what I mean? And I swear to God, after about 3 hours, we'd sold the complete contents of 6 boxes of Christmas decorations, and we weren't selling them for a lot, like 20p here, 50p there, you know what I mean? But at the end of it, we managed to make £40 and shared between, I don't know, let's say 7 of us. Well, you can do the maths, because I can't be bothered to work it out. But yeah, we sort of got a fiver each or whatever. And then we was just like, right, let's go McDonald's. We was like, yeah, sweet. Like, so we all going down the road, like, and then it was so funny, right? Because as we were passing the vine and the ornament and that, was like we've just all looked at the ornament, yeah, and you can see the 2 fellas that had jumped over the road earlier. You could see them in there looking around. Where's our stuff? We was like, oh my God. I was like, just keep walking. Like, and then all of a sudden, all we just hear is "Oi!" So, and this fella's hanging out of one of the windows of the ornament, yeah, and he's like "Oi!" to us, like. And the minute we heard that, that's it. Boom, we was off down the road. Now, they never caught us, and I don't even know if they came after us. And I mean, I suppose because we was hanging about when they was doing it, and then obviously they've come back and their stuff's gone or whatever. But we just ran to McDonald's, like, all of us went in, got our McDonald's, went upstairs in McDonald's, like, and sat in one of the little booths round the back, like at the back of the upstairs of McDonald's. But I swear to God, we was all sitting there and we were like eating our food and hiding a bit, like, and we're like, please don't come in here, please don't come in here. And then, like, after I don't know, about an hour later, we're leaving or whatever, and we're like, oh, I hope you don't see him. So everyone's like, let's go up Fort S Road, Tufnell Park, back of the estate that way, and then we avoid that. I was like, yeah, but I said, when they was running off earlier, they went up Lady Somerset Road towards Fort S Road, so do you know what I mean? And then they was like, yeah, I remember actually, yeah. All right, let's go Burley Road and go that way. And whatever way we went, we're going to be somewhere where they was at one point. But yeah, we went up Burley Road, walked round all the way to the end of Ingester, went through Ingester, nothing, never saw nothing. All got a nice McDonald's out of it. Well, it took us 3 hours. It would have been easier just to go to our mum's and say, can we have some money to go to McDonald's? But yeah, it's just so funny, like, the things we used to get up to is crazy. Alright, nice one. That's another chap tale for you peoples, and I hope you enjoyed it. So please like, subscribe, smash bells and comment and all that kind of palaver, and I will speak to you lot in the next one, baby. Chap Tales, don't you wanna hear some Chap Tales?